First, begin with the initial setup of the ULTRA-DI 50 and ensure the unit has run on a flush cycle of DI water for 30 minutes. Here on the FacilityNet software, you can see the unit showing elevated counts. We will now perform several steps for troubleshooting high counts on the UDI 50. With elevated counts, the first step will be to reduce the flow going to the UDI 50. The unit operates at a 1,000 milliliter or 1 LPM flow rate. Simply reduce this flow to around 250 milliliters per minute. Here you can see the flow is reduced to about 25% of the normal operational flow. This trend line on the FacilityNet software shows a drop in counts on the UDI 50 after a short stabilization period, and shows the elevated counts to be due to a contamination event. Now we will increase the flow back to the operating rate of 1,000 milliliters per minute. Allow the flow to stabilize. Here you can see the flow is stable at normal operational flow of 1,000 milliliters per minute. If the reduction of flow has not decreased the number of particles detected, then we will move on to the next step and attempt to clear out any fiber or contamination which may be stuck in the cell. The first step would be to cycle the flow on the flow controller several times to see if this dislodges any sort of contamination, and allow a few minutes for the instrument to stabilize while watching the trend on FacilityNet. If this has not made a noticeable difference, then we will move on to the next step, which is switching the flow direction. For this, we will start by powering down the instrument by unplugging the power cord. Next, you'll want to shut off the water supply. With the water supply shut off, you will remove the inlet supply line from the inlet, then the outlet line from the outlet, and switch positions of the line so the inlet is supplying water to the outlet of the UDI 50, and the outlet is connected to the inlet. Turn the water supply back on and increase the flow to 1,000 milliliters per minute, then cycle the flow as in the previous step. Return the flow to 1,000 milliliters per minute for several minutes. Now we will return the UDI 50 to the correct connection configuration. Start by turning off the flow of the UDI 50. Disconnect the inlet and outlet lines and install them to the standard configuration with the inlet line going to the inlet port on the instrument and the outlet line to the outlet port. Return the water supply and allow the unit to flush for 5 minutes while cycling flow to push out any bubbles. Now that the flow is stabilized, power on the UDI 50 by plugging the unit back in to power on. The unit should automatically reconnect to the monitoring software. Allow the unit to warm up for 30 minutes. If the counts have not reduced and are elevated and stable, the unit will likely require further evaluation or repair. To send in this unit for evaluation, contact work orders at pmeasuring.com with the serial number and a description of the problem.